Well, hello internets, here we are. Got ourselves a little bit of a vlog. Got a couple of things rattling around in my head that I wanna share with you guys. Well, I have been essentially living under a rock, or sort of in a cave, for the last few years. Haven't really been keeping up with what's been going on or following a lot of external news sources or unverified news sources, or rumor mills or whatever, because, well, it's getting to the point where, who do you trust? People say things, people make things up to get attention, people spread things around that should never even be spread around in the first place. Well, I heard on the old social medias that some of the grocery stores in town have quit selling us plastic bags to put our groceries in. Yes, that's right, selling us plastic bags. We've been buying plastic bags for probably the better part of 30 years at, what's it been, like a nickel a piece? And, that adds up. That adds up after a while. You go buy groceries, twice a month maybe, some households maybe 3 times a month. And, that adds up, and I guess by them banning plastic bags, they're trying to reduce the amount of plastic waste that we create. Some of the items that are being banned by the end of this year is like stir sticks, the plastic rings that are on 6-pack holders, plastic straws, stir sticks, and a few other things. Now, from my observations that I have seen over the last few months of the integration of this change, they've brought in paper straws for the beverages and stuff. However, the paper straws sometimes are sold to you in a plastic wrapper, and they're served to you to be used inside a plastic cup with a plastic lid. So isn't that kind of counterproductive? It's like selling you houses without windows. If you're gonna ban plastic, why not ban make a half an effort at it instead of just pretending, in my mind anyway. When you walk around retail stores, you look at items that are on the shelf or that you buy, look how much of that is single-use plastic. Now, I'm not talking about the item itself, I mean the actual plastic packaging. I remember buying a small little memory card for my game system back in the day, and it came in a big, whatever it would be, 6x8 inch packaging, big display, big write-up, big picture graphics, all those bright and shiny colors. But the memory card chip thingy inside was only about as big as a matchbook. Why was it in such a large packaging? Oh, it's to stop shoplifting. Well, maybe lock it up, maybe make it harder to steal, make it whatever. You buy a new TV and it comes in a cardboard box with foam packaging wrapped in like a plasticky foam type of covering. And after a while, all this plastic use that we've done adds up quite a bit. they have banned plastic shopping bags in our grocery stores. Now, I can see why. You know, it's a bit excessive. I worked for retail locations. I seen the shipment of bags that came in on a weekly basis that would disappear just about as quickly as they come in, and more would come in just right after that. You know, and most of those plastic bags, there is no real or claim to be real recycling facilities for them. And some secondhand shops will take donations of those plastic bags to give back to customers when they buy stuff, so they can carry it out of the store. I myself enjoyed the plastic bags because, well, one, they had handles, and two, you could use them to line your small garbage cans, like what you got by your couch, or, you know, even by the office here in the office garbage can. So now that they no longer use, or at least in my area, no longer use the plastic bags, I have to now go out and buy plastic bags just to throw away, just to use in my household garbage can before I put that garbage into the bigger plastic bag to take to the bin. Rather than recycling or reusing my shopping bags, I have to go now buy plastic bags to use, to throw away. It doesn't really add up. Now, I do know that, or I have heard that there's this big garbage patch in the ocean or whatever's going on, and, you know, turtles and fish and whatever eating this garbage and stuff, and I do agree, or I do agree with the data that we are showing that it is causing issues. However, when they show this plastic that's washing up, or they show the big garbage patch pieces that they're picking up out of it, the large ones, the writing on this plastic is not from North America. It's not English writing. It's writing from other countries that have far looser standards with how they dispose of trash. There have been videos showing online of garbage trucks basically backing up and dumping garbage into the water. Well, at least where I'm from anyway, we don't dump our garbage directly into the nearest water source. We bury it 6-8 feet down in the ground and leave it there and forget about it, pretend it's never there, and then we build houses on top of it after a few years. Then we build a soccer field on top of it after a few years, and probably eventually it leaks into the water supply and causes trouble and stuff after all that. When you think of the concept of waste that we create, everything that we live in our modern society is essentially disposable. You know, a lamp breaks. You don't weld it together or solder it together or tear it apart and find out if the socket failed. You just toss it, go down to the big box store and buy another one for $29.99. Your TV breaks. You don't take it to the TV repair store that is virtually non-existent anymore at all. You just go down to the big electronics store and purchase another TV, and then throw your old one into the bottom of the garbage bin so it can be buried in the landfill right next to your paints and tires and couches and stuff that's been buried in there as well. I know that big, large cities have sorting facilities that sort through people's trash and separate out organics, recyclables, metals, burnables, stuff like that, compostables, all that stuff, and reduces the weight or the waste by so much percentage. However, that's a nasty, dirty, dangerous job, digging through people's trash to kind of a losing battle, and many recycling facilities aren't equipped to handle it, aren't equipped to handle the recycling process, and there's no money in it to be made for the recycling process of certain items. So many items get, well, dumped back in landfills or not recycled properly because of this. I think in our quest for cheaper, quicker, disposable, throwaway, don't have to repair type items in our modern life, we have gotten away from old school mixers, old school lamps, old school TVs that can be fixed, and we have essentially fallen in love with the concept of newness, the concept of throwing things away, the concept of it's not broke, but it's a couple years old, and there's a new one out that is purple or light blue or whatever color, so let's get a new one. The whole concept of e-waste is overwhelming when you read up on it. And many of the electronics that are thrown away, some of them still work. They're just slow, or they're outdated, or they're simple fix that could be fixed if the need arises. However, people, like I said, they want the newness, so they get tossed. When you do digging and research, there is plastic inside of soda cans. There is a plasticky film or a waxy film inside some fruit type metal cans as well. The whole plastic thing has took over where glass used to be. Beverage bottles, beverage containers now are either aluminum or plastic, not glass or steel containers like they used to be. Sometimes that's for shipping because it's lighter, sometimes it's easier to produce. A plastic container can be knocked around a little bit more than a glass container could. The many provinces, I'm not sure about the states, but there are provinces in Canada where plastic is not recyclable, where you can't take your empty water bottles or pop bottles to the recycling place and get your dime or deposit back for them. It's only the glass beer bottles and aluminum beer or pop cans that can be recycled, and those bottles just go right into landfill. Where we're here, at least we can recycle our plastic water bottles for the deposit back, which is helping a bit there, minusculely. I know they're making recycled or reusable shopping bags. However, those shopping bags, when I last looked, were like $2.89 or $3.69 a piece, which is insane when you consider what they are. So many people just pay the nickel for the plastic and repay next time they buy. Last time I went in to buy reusable shopping bags, they didn't have any at all in stock in the stores around here that I was looking for. And from what I hear now, they are using paper bags. Like the old school paper bags, the same paper bags that they phased out in what, the 90s or late 90s, because apparently we were killing too many trees with our paper bags, and these newfangled marvels of plastic bags were going to be the answer to our deforestation. Well, have the deforestation rates really decreased? Has the use of paper really decreased enough to warrant paper bags again? And from what I hear, these new paper bags don't even have handles, so how are you supposed to carry, your 3 or 4 bags of groceries up without handles? Yeah, I know they are strongly encouraging reusable bags. However, during this pandemic going on here, many stores have banned you bringing the reusable bags in the store. And if you bring the reusable bags in the store, they can't touch the till, can't touch the counter, and you have to pack your own groceries. So unless they lift that ban, because apparently these reusable bags were spreading around this so-called most deadliest plague in 100 years, apparently. So that's why they did that. And I guess now the plastic ban for shopping bags is on. Your dirty reusable bag that's been on the floor of your vehicle being stepped on for the last 3 weeks of the month here can suddenly be used in the store. I don't know. There has to be, and I know there is, better products out there. There is a certain product out there that grows far quicker than trees, produces fiber. You can make clothing out of it, you can make paper out of it, you can make a synthetic type of material for reusable bags out of it. You can do all sorts of things with it, including make fuel, so you're not making fuel out of corn, which drives up our pork, beef, and chicken prices. However, this certain product out there is one of the biggest stumbling points that if it ever got approved, it would revolutionize and change the whole industry. And that's why it's not getting approved for wide use, because they know if it does, the fiber industry, the fuel industry, even the construction industry would change, because suddenly there's not a demand for those cutting down trees to build houses or to make paper out of. What are your thoughts on the single-use plastic ban? What have you seen around you that makes you question, like putting a cardboard straw that seems to dissolve in liquids in a drink, and you have to go back for 2 or 3 cardboard straws rather than just one plastic straw that lasts the whole time that you're drinking your liquid? What have you seen be used alternatively around your area, like reusable shopping bags or other methods? Leave your comments below on that. There are many things in this world that we've allowed to change. Some people call it progress, other people say it was a mistake. Things used to be different many years ago, more labor intensive, more hands-on jobs, more things being fixed and repaired, not just thrown away. People living within their means instead of living beyond their means. People building houses that just fit their family and then adding on, rather than build a mansion for 1 or 2 people to live in. Leave your comments below. These are my thoughts. I guess they are what they are. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's Vlogs. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.